Welcome back to James's route. That's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Actually, my dad's picking me up, surprising.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
It does? I thought he didn't like me.
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Sure. Alright. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. I need to get another Rise of the Phoenix concert. I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert, sorry. Eventually I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? Dad's never late, especially not this late. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnection area message. What the? No signal? Error? How do I not have a signal? I double-checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for the signal. He must be in a dead z. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed at my hands, feet and covered my mouth. I screamed into the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands, grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary, feeling their hands on me. I needed it to stop.
Hey! Don't dirty up Malix's prey.
Hi friend, how you been? You're fantastic. The voice which sent a fearful shiver down my spine whispered into my ear. Really, I thought she literally screamed.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
I shouted. I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. All I saw was darkness. I felt numb as I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears, first the interior of a car, then the outside, then an echoing space with whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face and my bands were cut. It took a while before my eyes had to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils, including the cackling Malix, who was smirking at me.
Nicely done! I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion. They'll search everywhere for you.
Malix walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
Race to row! All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves.
What the?
Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my eyes with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. As the gusts slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing James pointing a strange golden gun behind Malix's head. Nice gun. James?
It's all right now. I'm here.
Malix stared wide-eyed behind him, unsure what to do. He had no time to react in case James pulled the trigger. He was stuck, feeling the presence of James' golden gun that was ready to lodge a bullet into his skull.
Well, it seems like I finally have your cooperation, Malix. It took long enough.
You piece of demon shit! I could shoot you right now.
And what's stopping me from shooting you first? If you so much as flinch, I will pull this trigger and end you once and for all.
The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do, help Malix to watch in silence. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with a amused smirk on her face. Malix growled, obviously annoyed at the predicament he was in.
What is stopping you, pretty boy?
Just me wanting to do this.
With no hesitation, James quickly moved his gun and shot both of Malix's hands. The gun dropped from Malix's shot hand onto the ground as he kneeled over in pain, holding his hands to his chest.
You son of a bitch!
Before Malix could finish his sentence, James aimed the gun once again at Malix's head, causing the devil to stop talking once again.
I didn't say you could speak. Do you want me to shoot you in the throat?
I stared at James in shock. Was he playing with Malix? It seemed to act like a cat poking a sharp claw at a wounded rat. It was warranted, but not what I expected of James at all.
Now, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to get on your knees to beg for forgiveness. Or, the next bullet goes through your pathetic hellborn skull.
Malix hesitated, but eventually ended up on his knees. However, as he settled on the crown, Malix wrapped his arms around James's leg and dug his teeth into it. I gasped but remained still as I watched James aim and fire a bullet into Malix's back. Malix released James's leg in shock, trembling at the newfound pain. However, for some reason, Malix didn't fall over and die. He remained still, staring ahead of himself in pure shock and pain. I could only watch in silence as James lifted his leg out of Malix's embrace and kicked Malix to his side.
Disobedient until the very end, huh?
The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described in tones as gold, as the colour red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and gold as everything began to blend together all at once. I said as James seemed to grow more menacing towards Malix. However, he quickly looked at me with a face of concern.
Please, forgive me for this.
I got confused, but wasn't allowed to think on it as James looked back down at Malix once again. James's eyes began to glow a bright gold as James lifted Malix by his collar and pulled him up and off the ground.
It's high time you discovered the true power of demons.
James' voice had changed, sending a loud shiver down my spine. His appearance also started to change, but before I could see clearly what James was becoming, my eyes were covered.
It's me. Don't look.
I listened carefully and let the last 2 words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? What was being hidden from me? I want to know, but something told me to obey Damien's command. I could hear Malix struggle to get out of James's grasp and the rich, bright sounds of magic being casted. I struggled myself to obey Damien's words, locked my arms to my sides, denying myself the chance to pull Damien's hands off from my face.
Let me go!
As you wish.
Uh-oh. The sounds of demonic screams and cries bellowed all of a sudden, causing me to tense up in Damien's hands. Mas began to scream in agony, straining as if he were being pulled somewhere against his will. Mas's voice began to trail off into an echoing whisper as the magic sounds in the air consumed his cries. Soon enough, the cries and whispers of magic stopped, leaving the air as silent as it could be. However, Damien didn't remove his hands.
Jeez, James. Haven't seen you use that trick since the intruder in Demon Castle. But you're losing your touch. You even lost your glamour spell.
It couldn't have been helped.
Glamour spell? What do you mean? Why did James sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Thank you. I froze. Look human? They didn't look like humans after all. What did they look like? Like demons. Best description ever. We're like, yeah, but there's different kinds of demons.
Like demons.
Yeah, again, sweetie, there are different kinds of demons. You may want to be a bit specific. As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here.
Thank you, Matthew.
I could hear the small clinking of a glass being passed before hearing James guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The stiff feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. If as normal as it could be, considering the fact that we're living with incubus. Not succubus, succubus is a girl. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils and clownaires had fled. Malix was nowhere to be found. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them including James, looking like nothing had happened. What just... I tried to speak, but everything zipped around in my head as the whole events, and I felt like speaking wasn't possible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in a sea of what and how and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to James for some form of sign that I wasn't dreaming. James got his eyes forward and able to look at me. It was over. Malix was gone. The boys were finally safe. Or were they? A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with that group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay until Malix was defeated. Should say, not until after Malix was defeated. That was our deal, or is it? As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
I looked to Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know my thoughts on the situation. Yeah, bed sounds good. I wanted to spend the night. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal, and were now awaiting my decision to decide their fate. I gulped, face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. I looked at James, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. As if he knew what I wanted, James moved and smiled at me, taking my hand and bringing it to his lips for a kiss. He moved away, smiling to me, and spoke.
Miss, if I may be so forward. Despite the short time we've stayed here, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. That being said, would you allow us to stay here?
You're going to stay forever! Sorry, it's just that was what I would say to them. I'd be like, there's no need to ask. My house is your house. My heart skipped a beat, while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at James wide-eyed, but didn't dare to speak out. James stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. Though there's really no need to make a decision, I already know what I want. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again, and my life would go back to plain old boring normal. If I decided to let them go, you'd be sad. That would have been for the best. No, it wouldn't. No goodbyes, no delays. Boring plot. But I didn't want to. They had done so much for me in such a small amount of time. Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man I'd come to have feelings for before speaking at last. I would love it if you all could stay. The boys cheered tiredly, but nevertheless enthusiastically. I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited, despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies. Today was a rough day. My home is your home as long as you can still help with the chores. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Yes.
Oh! Yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
We've had a very long day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Yeah, man.
I watched a very happy smile grow onto James's lips. He shared my excitement knowing they'd be together longer. Who knew how long we'd stay together? All I cared about was that I would be with him. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and James alone at last.